The film opens as Linda Little arrives at her strategy and planning job at a company called Preston. She is unkempt and dorky, trying and failing to build a rapport with her co-workers. Linda's co-worker Donovan asks for company reports that she prepared, then tells her that she is not needed in the board meeting, so he can remove Linda's name from the reports and take credit for it. Linda is waiting for a promised VP promotion by the company's late manager, now that his son, Bradley Preston, is taking over for him. Bradley comes in and meets everyone, including Linda. He is put off by her eating a tuna fish sandwich at her desk and forgetting to wipe residue off her mouth. Bradley hears from senior executive Franklin that Linda was promised a promotion, but Bradley has already given it to Donovan since they were frat buddies, and Bradley is put off by Linda's overall way of being. At Franklin's insistence, Bradley agrees to have Linda tag along for a Bangkok merger. Linda finds out that she was passed up for her promotion from a co-worker, and that Donovan is getting it. She storms into Bradley's office while he is conducting an interview, and she demands to know why she didn't get her promotion. He gives her excuses and humiliates her, but he does remember to tell her about the flight to Bangkok. This causes Linda to leave the office in tears. Linda pulls herself together and later joins Bradley, Donovan, and a few others on the flight. While Linda is writing up a report on the flight, Donovan takes the opportunity to show the other guys an audition tape for Survivor that Linda made, showing her utilizing her survival skills. The guys laugh at her even though they think she is listening to music. Linda figures out what's going on and deletes her report. Suddenly, the plane experiences extreme turbulence. Linda and Bradley strap themselves, and while the others get thrown around, the plane depressurizes and blows a hole out the window. Donovan and another guy chase her, hanging on for dear life, with Donovan demanding Linda give him her seat, even trying to strangle her for it. Linda responds by stabbing his hand with a fork, causing him to let go and sending Donovan and Chase out the plane, except Donovan's tie gets caught in the plane, and he is dragged to death until the plane hits the water. Linda frees herself and swims out, grabbing onto a raft. In the morning, Linda wakes up washed up on an island in the Gulf of Thailand. After walking for hours, Linda finds an unconscious Bradley with an injured leg. She brings him somewhere safe and builds a shelter, then gathers rainwater during a storm. The following day, Bradley regains consciousness and is given water and some fish that Linda caught and fried. He is upset to learn that Donovan died and that there are no other survivors. Bradley quickly becomes frustrated that Linda is not actively trying to signal for help, and after refusing her aid and insulting her, she ditches him. Bradley thinks she's going to come back right away, but he spends 2 days immobile, thirsty, and exposed to the sun. Linda eventually returns and gives him water. Needing more food, Linda makes a spear and decides to go hunt a wild boar. The creature chases Linda, but she manages to jump on it from above and spear it. It isn't enough to kill the boar, but she impales it again after it charges toward her. The beast still won't die, so Linda has to stab its eye out, even as it spews blood and snot in her face. She brings the boar's decapitated head and body to cook. The next day, Linda finds a new water source to bathe and drink from, before spotting a ship nearby. Despite trying to call their attention, Linda changes her mind and doesn't want to get rescued yet. Meanwhile, Bradley gets annoyed with being ordered around by Linda, who actually knows how to survive. He tries to build his own camp but fails, and eventually resorts to asking Linda if he can join her side, so that she may share food and water with him. She agrees. Linda takes Bradley across a cliff to show him what to look out for in the environment, such as which berries are poisonous and where certain dangerous plants might be located. At night, Linda gets them both drunk with some homemade wine. As they talk, Linda admits that she was previously married to an abusive man, and she let him drive drunk and get into a fatal car accident. Linda starts to grow attracted to Bradley after accidentally seeing him bathe by the shore. He also helps get her into a cave when a storm hits and wrecks their camp. However, Bradley gives Linda some food at night, which contains the poison berries. He tries to escape on a raft that he built and leave her behind, but the raft quickly gets wrecked by the waves, and Bradley ends up back on the island. Linda tries to give him CPR, despite her puking out the poison berries onto his face, but he is revived. As punishment for her getting poisoned, Linda feeds Bradley an octopus with toxins that paralyze him. She pretends to torture him by making it look like she is castrating him while he can't feel a thing, but she holds up a dead rat that she was cutting into as a bluff. Linda is then mortified to find that Bradley's fiancée Zuri and a boat captain arriving on the island to rescue them. Fearing a return to her old life, Linda leads Zuri and the guide up to the cliffside. Zuri falls as the ground breaks beneath her, and the guide tries to rescue her. Linda hesitates for a while before grabbing a large rock and bludgeoning the guide, causing him and Zuri to fall to their deaths. Linda returns to Bradley and is later plagued by a hallucination of Zuri crawling on the beach. Bradley goes to hunt a boar himself and ends up finding Zuri's arm on the beach, which he identifies by her large diamond engagement ring. Bradley confronts Linda with the ring, forcing her to confess to the murders. Bradley grabs Linda's knife that she claimed washed up on the shore, and he chases her. They get into a brutal brawl in the woods, with Linda getting partially scalped and her eye gouged out until she stabs Bradley in the side. Bradley runs off and is shocked to discover a mansion by the cliffside. He makes it inside and hears Linda's voice over the speaker. She knew about the mansion when she first saw the ship and learned the security code from the caretakers. She gathered food and water from there and has been keeping it hidden from Bradley to maintain control over him. Linda emerges with a shotgun. Bradley tries to talk her down by saying he loves her, but she figures it a ruse once she notices a missing horn from a house. Bradley takes a shotgun from Linda, only to find it's unloaded. She grabs a golf club off the wall and knocks Bradley to the ground before beating him to death. A year later, Linda has become famous after being rescued, claiming to have been a sole survivor who is now in charge of Preston. She also has a memoir based on her experience, giving advice to others to save themselves. Linda drives away with her pet parrot and then gives the camera a sinister look.